Warning: alcohol is hijacking your brain. And if you're looking for a way to control your drinking, you do not want to ignore this video. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why stopping drinking is such a challenge, and most importantly, how you can make it way more simple, way more enjoyable, and way more fun. Now, I know that sounds a little bit crazy and a little bit hard to believe, but really, in this video, I'm going to be giving you no mainstream advice. I'm skipping all of it. So all the mainstream stuff out there like AA, willpower, challenges, whatever, we're ignoring it all because I tried all of that stuff. I tried the mainstream way to stop drinking for close to 10 years and it ended in nothing but more drinking. So I really encourage you to watch this video with an open mind. Now, just before I start giving you the content, I just want to explain who this video is not for. Now, if you go to AA and you're happy with the AA system and you're happy calling yourself an alcoholic, you do not want to watch this video. Also, simply if you're negative with a pessimistic outlook, you're not going to like this video because isn't that what most people think stopping drinking is? A negative thing. They have a negative outlook from the get-go and it's just a challenge. Well, I'm here to tell you the opposite. So if you're not willing to be optimistic about this whole scenario, don't watch this video. And finally, there's a certain type of person that's going to resonate with this content, and it's going to be an ambitious and a self-motivated individual. It's not for somebody that's needy and desperate. It's for people that are willing to look at things a different way and make a change. If that sounds like you are going to want to watch this entire video. And very quickly, why should you listen to me? Well, my name's Leon Sylvester. I'm the founder of Sober Clear. And if you actually look at the people on the screen right now, these are the people that I work with on a day-to-day basis in the Sober Clear program. These are other business owners, other professionals from across the world. We've got clients in America, in Canada, in England, in Germany, in Australia, in Switzerland. We've got clients from all over the world. And I've also been featured in Men's Health, on the BBC, on VT, and even Unilad. And I've now amassed over 1 million views on YouTube in total with over 10,000 subscribers. And I've been in that position. I've been in that position of thinking that there's no escape. You know, I've tried all the mainstream stuff. I tried AA, I tried willpower, I read all the books, I did everything, and I did anything because I wanted to make a change. And these days, life is totally different. And through doing the things that I'm about to share with you in this video, it has changed everything. Just before we get into the video, if you want to get access to the free video training showing you how to control your drinking without AA or willpower, click the link in the description. I'll be showing you how to use the mental model called first principles thinking to get control of your drinking. I'll be talking about the 5 critical mistakes that 90% of drinkers make, and I'll also be sharing the 2 phases of becoming sober clear. You do not want to miss that training video. It will change your mindset around drinking forever so you can start getting your health, career, confidence, and relationships back on track. Click the link in the description for instant access. So the first big question that I'm going to answer is why can most people not control their drinking? Why do most people spend most of their adult life drinking alcohol and struggle to stop drinking it? Well, there are 2 key things that I see people doing when it comes to stopping drinking that are just major mistakes. So let's start with those. The first thing is believing that you are an alcoholic. So like I said, if you go to AA and you're happy calling yourself an alcoholic and you stop drinking with the AA system, this video is not for you. My mum has done that. I'm not saying that it's the right or wrong thing to do. If it works for you, that's totally cool. But if you've tried calling yourself an alcoholic only to fall flat on your face every single time, bear with me. Alcohol is the only drug on the planet where you are the problem if you can't stop drinking it. Now, the real problem with this is that if you are the problem, you can never be fixed. You have to give yourself up to God. And if you decide to give yourself this label, the problem is that there is no known cure. You live with this disease for the rest of your life. So even if you've not drank for 10, for 15, for 20 years, you are still known as an alcoholic. Now, at first, in my journey of stopping drinking, I bought into this idea of being an alcoholic. I tried giving myself up to God. I followed a 12-step program, and I couldn't see myself doing that for the rest of my life. These days, I realized that I really was never the problem. I never was an alcoholic. I had a drinking problem because alcohol is a drug. It's a highly addictive drug where most people in our society think that it's a good thing. So I simply removed the drug and that was it. I got on with life. I didn't live with this label and this baggage that I'm going to have to fight and resist alcohol for the rest of my life. Somebody that gives up nicotine or pornography or gambling, they're not a gambleaholic for the rest of their life. They're not a nicotineaholic for the rest of their life. The problem is because of the world that we live in, we all hold alcohol on a pedestal. So if you can't control it, the drug's not the problem. The drug's a good thing. If you can have this in moderation, it's somehow beneficial. Isn't that what we're led to believe? Well, it's nonsense. It's just complete and utter nonsense. It does nothing for anybody, it never has, and it never will. And if you can't control drinking it, it's not a problem of the individual, it's a problem of the drug. Which leads me into the next mistake that people make, and it's trying to use willpower to stop drinking. When we use willpower, we're just exerting will over an impulse. So we have the impulse to drink, we use willpower, we fight it, we resist it, we just push the urge away, and we resist the urge to have a drink. That's the willpower method in a nutshell. Now, in life, you are probably strong-willed. You might have a career, you might have a family, you might have bought your own property, you might have a degree, or I'm almost certain that you've done things that require a lot of will. I also like to think of myself as a strong-willed person. You know, I've managed to move to Thailand, I've got a degree, I've built an online business, I've done all of these things, and this stuff took a lot of willpower. So when I was trying to stop drinking, I would often try to use willpower. If I've got a lot of will to do these things in my life, then surely that's going to be the best thing that's going to serve me when stopping drinking. But it never worked, because every single time I would fall flat on my face. I'd stop for sometimes a few days, a few weeks, sometimes up to 9 months with nothing other than willpower. But it didn't work long term, because the problem with both of these ideas of both being an alcoholic and using willpower is this underlying idea of alcohol being a good thing. This is the message that we're told again and again and again. But why? Why do we see alcohol as a good thing? Why is the society that we live in obsessed with drinking alcohol? And why do we hold it on such a pedestal? The first thing is the conditioning. We have been conditioned by society to see alcohol as a good thing. It dominates society. Everywhere you look, you are being conditioned to see alcohol as a good thing, and it's subtle. It actually takes a lot to kind of realize what's going on. You kind of have to go into like this third-person view where you start to see the marketing, you start to see the movies, you start to see the advertisements, and you stop buying into the illusion. The next thing that's going on is the marketing. And if we actually look at the way that alcohol is marketed, it's marketed as this glamorous drink. And if we actually think about the way that the economy works, the reason why people buy any product, any service, is because they want to align with a better version of them. And when we see the way alcohol is portrayed, we start to think that alcohol is going to make us more charismatic. It's going to make us more confident. It's going to make us more sociable. It's going to do a lot of good stuff for us. But is that really the case? Does alcohol really help us in social situations? What about the fights? What about the arguments? What about all the occasions that it's ruined? How can the same drug be on two completely different spectrums? It makes no sense. And really, what it is, it's just this collective belief that alcohol is a good thing. And it's literally hijacking your brain. Everywhere you go, every time you see it, when you bump into a normal drinker that says, why don't you just have one or two? When you see the marketing on the TV, when you see it in the newspaper where somehow wine drinkers live 5 years longer or whatever nonsense is getting published these days. When we start to see these things, we just have this underlying tone that alcohol is a good thing, a beneficial thing that does something good for you. And I know I keep repeating myself, but it does nothing for you. And you can rise above it. You can rise above all of the nonsense. And you do this through using first principles thinking, which is a mental model where you really just break down the component parts of a problem. So in this instance, you start looking at the conditioning, the marketing, the illusion of it being a good thing. You start thinking about the normal drinkers, the idea of it giving you courage, the idea of it tasting good. And you build this paradigm where you see alcohol for what it is. And then you simply start going towards a better quality of life. It's really that simple. You build this worldview where you see alcohol as a drug that does nothing for you, because it is a drug that does nothing for you. That's the reality. And you rise above the conditioning, you rise above the hijacking of your brain, and then you simply get busy moving forward. You start focusing on things like your health, like your relationships, like your spirituality, your productivity, your finances, your business. You start moving forward and building a better life for yourself. And really, you've got two options. You can either do that alone, which is going to be a lot harder, it's going to be a lot more time consuming, and it's going to cost a lot more money. Or you can get my help through joining the Sober Clear program. And if you do that, it's going to be a lot faster, it's going to be a lot easier, and it's just going to be a lot more fun. And not only that, but you're going to have a system to follow. You're literally going to have a step-by-step system to follow. And it's not just a system, it's a proven system. And if you see the people on the screen now, again, these are the people that are in the program right now. Now, if that sounds like something that would benefit you, then make sure to click the link below this video. Me and my team have set aside some 45-minute slots where what we're going to do is we're actually going to dive deep into your drinking problem. Then we're going to discuss your goals and where you want to go in the future, and I'm literally going to give you a roadmap to get there. I'm going to give you the steps to follow to go from a struggling problem drinker into somebody that's in complete control, and most importantly, improving their health, improving their relationships, improving their business, and just improving their life. Now, these calls are done on a first come, first served basis. There's a limited amount of them, so if you do want to get one, make sure to click the link in the description. There'll be a few questions for you to answer before we jump on the call, because I want to make sure that you're serious, and most importantly, I want to make sure that the program can work for you. So like I said, there'll be a few questions to ask, then you'll be able to choose a time, and then we can jump on a call. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.